Broken wires and new connections. William Hovey Smith, 2025.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And today's episode is going to be broken wires and new connections. It seems that, coincidentally, I happen to have three types of connection problems concerning two different classes of equipment and needing three different solutions. The first is this reclining chair. This has an operational reclining button system. Well, unfortunately, the control wires run through a series of scissor-like pieces of steel as the chair reclines. Not unexpectedly, ultimately, these get cut and shorted out. Consequently, your control mechanism no longer works. So, the solution is to acquire a new one. Well, this is easier said than done. It seems that obsolescence is planned every 3 to 5 years, and if you're on the long end of the cycle, these aren't readily available anymore. So if you have a chair that's quit working, go and see about it now. Don't wait, don't put it off. Because sooner or later, this particular control mechanism with these particular fittings will no longer be available. Well, fortunately, I live in a small town. We have close relations with our suppliers. Farmer Furniture was able to acquire me a new control. Well, you will notice it is illuminated. Yes. So I have hooked it up. It seems to work. I'm certainly not going to run these wires right back through these scissor systems again. I'm not going to do that one. And we will see if it works. The second problem concerns computers. I have an Acer laptop, which is commonly used as a gaming computer, although I do no games. And I need to hook it up with my printer. I have not had to use it before for reasons I'll explain later. But now I must. And it uses a UPS connector. And that connector hooks up to a square type of connector going to the printer. Got one. Just arrived. Okay? We're going to do that one. The third is my tower unit, which is now an older unit by modern standards, 5 years old. Not old to me, I want things to last for 20 years. But, at any rate, on February the 21st, Microsoft did an update. And on that day and subsequently, I have no longer been able to access my computer monitor screen. There is nothing. Not a flicker, not a glimmer, not a glance. Nothing but black screen. So, there are numerous USB ports on there. I have another monitor which has a more modern connection, whose name I don't remember, by the way. And so I have ordered one of those cables. And that is due to be delivered Monday and most likely will arrive Tuesday. So that is what we have in work. And I'll show you the details of the chair and then we'll move on to the laptop. The manufacturers of these types of chairs assume that because the seat has to be loose against the frame, that occasionally the user will drop things down the chair into the mechanism. And so they provide that the back here is Velcroed on and attached here with Velcro and along the sides and bottom. So now you can actually get at the works right here that elevate the chair and remove any offending objects. Pencils and pens are particularly bad. They get in here and they will jam it, as well as, of course, the control mechanisms for your television set, which is probably the most common thing that gets lost down in here. So if you can't reach it, yeah, this is an alternative to allow you to get into all this steel. And you certainly don't want to put your hand down in here and turn it on. This thing will clip fingers. Yes, it will. No doubt about it. So, what you do if your control mechanism no longer works, if it looks like this and does not light up and stay lit, you go, you find as much cord as you can, and you cut it. You also go on the other side and you cut the bottom of the cord. And that will give you a plug like this. This plugs more directly into your motor. And there's a clip system with these little ears here that hold it on. So you remove it. You take the old unit here to your dealer, let him get this information from it, see if he can get it. If not, start searching online and see what you can find. But you must have one that looks exactly like this with exactly these kinds of plugs. Once you successfully plug it in, then you can replace your back here. Seal it down around the bottom, good. So that's all sealed up again. Leave this loose this time. You do not want to thread it through all the mechanism again. Upright the chair and test it. This is the final cover of my new book, Using AI to Make Your Own Job Anytime, Anywhere, at any age, that will be introduced at the London Book Fair next week. And also later at Frankfurt and worldwide. This book is unique in that it tells you how to generate an original job idea specifically for yourself. And step by step, how to start your own business in the United States. I have an older audio book, Make Your Own Job Anytime, Any Place, at any age, which contains much of the same information so far as how to generate a job concept, but without using AI. So if you're already well up on AI, and many of you are, go ahead and get the audiobook. You can download it right now and get started on making your new career. Because there is no time has ever been in the U.S. that so many jobs are in peril as at present. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the author of some 20 books. Many of these are outdoor titles. I have a series of business books. I also have novels and screenplays.
So you can find all of these things on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, and other sources. Now, I'm in hopes that the AI book will be available in about 3 months. It's at the publisher, but it's not out yet. So, again, if you need it, go ahead and get the audio book and use that information right now. If all went well, the chair should function. The foot piece should come out and the back recline. One, two, three. And then repose. And rise, actually. Now this is extreme, but yeah, it is now fully functional. And there is nothing binding the mechanism. No noise. It's very quiet, the gentle hum of the engine. Okay, that is a success. There is a box that I'll call the rectifier, and you'll see that it has a green light glowing on it when it's plugged in. That means that unit is working, and the electricity is getting from your plug to the rectifier, and we know the control is working because it's illuminated. So the system is good all the way through the wiring. Well, this is a new power cord that is supposed to connect to the printer, and the slot where that plastic one on the left goes. Well, frankly, I have my doubts. When I looked online, the ad said it would fit this printer. Well, we shall see. We plugged in the new cable to the computer and the printer, and the computer does not recognize it. And I tried to do an install, and no, it doesn't know it's there. So that loose fitting connection, although it sort of fits in the hole, doesn't work. One thing worked, one did not. That's the way things go. Hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye and God bless.